Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So, as you may know, there's only about a week left here of the season, and I know a lot of you are trying to get your AP on, so you can at least get the Skeleton Champion skin here in Pathfinder. If you're having a hard time doing that, this is what I suggest for Fighter. So I suggest going to the Ice Caverns map over here as a solo on Fighter and running the Rondel Dagger build. It'll look something like this. So the Rondel Dagger build consists of using, trousers, Lightfoot's boots. That's for your majority of your movement speed. Light gauntlets gives you more agility for movement speed. And Chappelle also gives you agility. Because this build, you're going to be extremely quick, but you're also going to have decent PDR. So, this is just what it looks like in Squire gear. Obviously the Rondel and the Buckler. But we're actually going to build a kit that costs 5k gold. And we're just going to build a kit live and show you exactly what I would pick and what roles I'm kind of looking for in case you want to do this. So let's get over to the market and do that. Alright, so now that we're over here in the market and we have our chest, we're only going to use 5k of this, and we are going to build a build here. So the first thing I like to build here, to keep it simple, the three things, I'm going to go with the jewelry first, because jewelry tends to be pretty expensive. So for the rings, we're going to do Ring of Quickness with True Fizz. That's pretty much the only role you'll really need on these rings. You want all True Fizz with this build because the dagger is really quick striking, and if you have all True Fizz, you can do a lot of damage since it has high DPS. So we'll go with True Fizz here. Two cheapest ones, 250, 280. That's typically what they run. Grab those, throw those on. And for the pendant here, we're going to go with Frost Amulet. Obviously, Frost Amulet also gives you true physical damage. But also for this, we're actually going to look for some health. See how much that'll cost us here. 400 to 500. We can get one for 5 for 600. But we're kind of on a budget here, so I think we're gonna stick with 4. And it doesn't look like we have. Ooh, that's 3 and 1%. And that's pretty much the same as 4. Yeah, we're gonna stick with 4 max health here on 455. Because that's pretty much all we're looking for. We're trying to find the basics here, because essentially, you will kind of want to avoid fighting on the Ice Caverns map if you can to get your AP grind on. But the reason why Rondel Fighter is so good on this map is pretty much because there's a lot of casters on the map, right? Like Warlock, and pretty much any high movement speed fighter with a shield and also like a survival bow, so you can quickly shoot, counters all casters. Bows always counter casters, and you need to be able to keep up with them as well when they pop Phantom Eyes and stuff like that. So, or if they have haste as a wizard. So that's why it's really good. And there's a ridiculous amount of warlocks right now on Ice Caverns just trying to farm the AP, because they typically use, Flame Walk, and they're just trying to get all the mobs, because the more mobs you kill, the higher AP you get. Also, there's also a lot of longsword fighters on Ice Caverns, because when you get good with the longsword, you can parry a lot of the skeletons fairly easily. So that's also another reason why it's also going to run the Rondel Dagger, because if you've ever fought a longsword fighter with a Rondel Dagger, or even a warlock with the longsword, it's extremely difficult to parry a Rondel, because of the timing that you have to parry it is like super short. Like most people won't be able to do it, and it's hard to even precisely get that parry off, because it's such a small hitbox on the dagger. So it's extremely easy to beat anybody using a longsword, and a lot of people are going to be using it on Ice Caverns. Yeah, but that's besides the point. We got our jewelry here, 2 rings and the pendant. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to go for the gloves and the helmet. So for the gloves, we're going to go light gauntlets. And we're going to get purple ones. So for the gloves, we're going to get, the glove rules True Fizz. So we're going to get True Fizz here, because we just want to go all True Fizz with the Rondel Dagger. And let's see if there's any other rolls here that would benefit us that's relatively cheap, because we are kind of on a budget. And it doesn't look like anything else will be kind of in our price range. So I think we're just going to stick with the cheapest one here. We'll throw that on there. The reason why Light Gauntlets is good, see, it gives 3 agility and there's no movement speed penalty. The only downside, it has -5 magic resistance, but we will be getting a piece of gear that'll help us balance that out a little bit. But we'll get to that. First, we're going to go for the helmet, which is a Chappelle. Chappelle also gives agility, which helps us in being incredibly quick. We're going to go for an epic here. And for the Chappelle, I like to run Dex, as long as it's not too expensive. 500 gold is pretty solid here. Ooh, there's an action speed on there for 560 with 2 Dex. That is definitely going to be worth grabbing. It's a little bit over, what I was looking to spend for that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And we have another 3K that we can spend, so we're gonna throw that on there. So as you can see, our HP is a little low. We want to try and get it up to 135 if we can, bare minimum. But next thing we want to do, we're gonna go for the Lightfoot boots. Lightfoot boots are gonna be a little pricey, most likely. And for Lightfoot boots, pretty much the only roll you want is additional move speed. And it's going to be, if you get blues, so green is 10 move speed, blue is 11. It's 1 more move speed. And if you look for 5 to 3 armor for 460, that's a good deal. We're going to cop that. We'll throw that on there. We're almost done with our kit here. And we have 2,500 more we can spend. So the remaining pieces are probably going to be on the cheaper side, because we have to make sure we have enough for everything we need. So next thing, we'll do the chest piece, and we're going to go with Dark Plate. And the reason why we're going with Dark Plate here is because they're relatively cheap for the most part, and they have high magic resist, which counters the other pieces that have negative magic resist. So we'll look for a Dark Plate here. We'll look for a blue with 2 decks, and see if we can find anything else here with additional rolls that'll benefit us as well. Not seeing anything. Resourcefulness isn't that big of a deal on fighter. Physical damage bonus, we're going to take that for sure. We're going to throw that on there. Unfortunately, we're having an issue because we're kind of going to need to grab this piece, and we have to go with trousers. So we're going to have to be a little bit low in HP. So for that, we're going to get a Vigilant Cloak, but we'll go over that after we get our trousers. So we're going to go with our trousers. Loose trousers, you can do a couple things here. Dex, HP, you want to have high dex so your dagger swing speed is quicker. If we look at health, how much would that be? It's a little bit pricey. 4 health, 1 dex for 588. How much do we have to spend? We got 2267 to spend. And we still have to have these 2 Rondel Buckler. I think we're going to sacrifice the dex and just go with HP here and save a little bit of coin. See if we can find another roll that'll benefit us. 10% buff duration. 6 HP. I think we're going to grab that just because of how low our HP is right now. We'll throw it on there. We have 1 resourcefulness too. So we're 127 and we have 1800 to work with. So next up, we're going to do our cloak last because that's kind of least important right now. We're going to go with our Rondel Dagger and Buckler. First, we'll do our Buckler. Buckler, probably the most important thing, you're just going to want armor rolls on it, because you're going to have high armor, when you have your Buckler out. So 12 armor, 13, buff duration, there's 10. Just to make sure we have enough, I think we're just going to stick with 13 right here with buff duration. Grab that. Then we'll go to the Rondel Dagger here. Rondel Dagger we'll look for one with an additional weapon damage on it. Not too expensive. The other roll we could look for would be HP, but that might get a little pricey. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Can we find one with 3 for 200 gold? That's a steal deal. We're taking that. Throw that on. So we have 1 additional weapon with 3 max health and 13 armor and buff duration. We're going to throw those 2 on there. So we're looking pretty good here. And we have a roughly 1,300 gold to work with for a survival bow and a vigilant cloak, which is good. Because our vigilant cloak might be a little bit expensive, just so we can get a little bit more HP. But yeah, with this build, it looks like we're 1, 2, 3, 5 True Fizz. So that's really decent. So this damage plus 5 True Fizz per swing. So that'll be pretty good. Let's go for a Vigilant here. Vigilant with health rolls are probably going to be expensive, but we'll see. 300, and then say we want to add True Fizz on there. What is it going to be? 480. We can actually do that. 1 max health for 480 and True Fizz. We're going to do that. I think that's going to bump us up to 130. 131. Let's go. And also keep in mind, we have this, so we're going to have 3 more health with our dagger out, so we'll be around 134, which is pretty decent. And let's check out our PDR here. PDR is pretty high. We're 35.5% PDR, 17% magic resistance, despite the fact that we're a little bit negative from the gauntlets. But the Chappelle is good because it gives magic resist, and the Dark Plate gives you magic resist too, which is good. 17% is decent with this build, especially since we're going to be running into a lot of casters. So we have 800 gold to find a survival bow, pretty much. So we should be able to get a decent one here. And the reason why I run survival bow pretty much is because it's really nice to be able to continually shoot. Longbow is just a little too slow unless you have high dex. So survival bow just comes in clutch against casters. How much gold do we have to spend? We have 806 gold to spend, so we might actually splurge here. See if we can find a good one. Let's go with additional weapon, and let's also go with physical damage bonus. Okay, and let's also go with armor pen. That's too much. Okay. Let's see, 1%, 4.7. I think we're gonna go with this one. 4.7, that's 3.3, that's 3.7. Yeah, we're for sure going with this one. And there's max health on there too. That is a solid bow. And that's pretty much it. This is pretty much the build we're gonna run. 131 HP. Our move speed, we're 314 with this build, which is absolutely insane. This is incredibly quick. If you want to, you could have taken one of these off and you could have thrown, Ring of Vitality on for a little bit more HP, or Ring of Dex if you want a little bit faster attack speed or something. But these are pretty much the baseline of what you're looking for. Bare minimum on this build, I would be running at 307 move speed and HP 130 bare minimum. And definitely all true fizz. That's extremely important. So for this build, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 true fizz. Keep in mind that's also going to work with your survival bow, which is also why I bring it, because you shoot extremely fast and you have 6 true fizz. This is going to do a lot of damage. And same with the Rondel Dagger, quick swings, it's going to do a lot of damage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't even spend 5k. We have 300 left over, but you could use that 300 gold. You can buy some regular potions. Let's just say we want to buy some protect potions here. Get some uncommons, no big deal. There's 300 gold there. But we're probably going to be fighting casters, so let's get magic protect potions. Yeah, bam, 300 gold right there. Within budget. Throw that on there. I already have some, obviously, but you could do that with that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 5k gold build, Rondel Dagger. And we need to go over the skills and perks. What am I doing? So for the skills and perks, you're gonna want Sprint and Second Wind. Adrenaline Rush is an option. I highly would not recommend it in high roller lobbies. You will probably just get steamrolled if you don't have the extra 40% maximum health. And also, if you have a little bit of buff duration on this build, that's going to contribute to your Second Wind as well. As far as the perks go, Swift is going to make you a lot faster, about 2% faster. So run Swift, Weapon Mastery. Defense Mastery, we probably won't run that. So what we're going to run Combo Attack on Rondel Dagger. Because, after a couple hits, your swings do 10% physical damage more per swing, and as long as you don't stop, you'll continually get that 10% physical damage after the initial swings. And for the 4th perk, it's kind of up to you. None of these perks are worth it, pretty much. I mean, you could do Barricade, gain that 50 armor, 50 magic resist. Say like a caster's shooting curses at you and you're blocking it, and they're you have your defensive stance up and they hit you, you're gonna get that bonus magic resistance, so they're gonna do a lot less damage. This is 50 magic resistance, which is, I'd say it's roughly 14%. So it would bump you up to around 30% magic resistance and probably like 45 physical damage reduction while you're in defensive stance. So Barricade's really good. You also could run Adrenaline Spike, if you want. It's up to you. It gives you 15% more action speed. Our action speed for this build is relatively low. It's 8%, but, we bought with what we could. We didn't want to spend too much money. Or you can run Defense Mastery. I probably wouldn't run that, but it's up to you. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so there's the 5k gold build. In the description, there is a Discord if you'd like to join. If you have any questions, if you want to talk to me or whatever, if you want to hop in the live streams, we stream 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. If you want to hop in there, talk about gym or talk about, anime or whatever, or just kick it, come stop by. And yeah, we'll get into some PvP. We'll show you kind of like how I go about fighting different classes and stuff. And yeah, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, Rondel fighter, it's so bad. I understand, you know, it's not the most honorable build, but hey man, some people out here struggling need to get the Pathfinder, and not everybody can play these other classes like Warlock or Wizard or, you know. But yeah, all right, enjoy the PvP. Let's get it. Here's the protect pot. There's no way he gives up high ground. He's pretty good. Let's pop another protect pot. He will do the same. He's waiting for me right here, by the way. Oh. I'm missing all my hits. He didn't get the second win off in time, I don't think. Nope, he's cooked. GG's, bro. There he is. He's sitting. Oh, he's new. Yeah, he's definitely new. That poor bastard. He's got to be new. Yep. Under here, there's another player. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Woo! That actually hit. Oh my god, that Falchion slapped. Oh, hello. Oh, he fucked up. There's a heady. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. And he's dead. I can't do it. Ooh. He's hitting the surge too. You both pop second wins. This is a good fight. Hey bro, good luck. This is gonna be a good fight. Woo! Ooh. Oh, I got him! Let's go! Let's go. Woo! That was good. That guy's good. That longsword fucking hits, dude. Holy shit. that high ground. You've got the high ground! Push me, push me. He pre-pot second win, we're gonna back all the way out. You popped it a little early, my friend. He's gonna try and reset. Oh. Woo! I'm missing all my shots. He's one. There it is. He indeed was one. He's gonna try and hit door. I gotta block him so he doesn't run away. There we go. This poor bastard. He's trapped. Would you look at that? He's got aggro on him though. And he's in a really bad room. He's down. He's gonna come up. He's still down there. Oh, he's getting cooked right there. He's getting cooked. He has to come up the ramp, which I think is this side. Oh, he did die. Yep, you can't make it up. That poor bastard. You know, knowing druids, they always are super gooped and they just play like dummies. Oh my god. What did I fucking tell you? Double Grimmy. What? Dude, you can't make this shit up, bro. You literally can't make it up. I literally told you, bro. Druids be going in goopy, and they're terrible. They're literally terrible. Is that a barbarian? That's a ranger. He fucked up. He fucked up big time. Hello. Oh, it's a Slayer fighter. Oh, he's pre-popping it. I fucked that up. The stutter is crazy. Oh my god, he's eating. It's almost like I called that. Remind me to not stutter in your game. True.